All right, guys, let me know if this YouTube live is currently working with a comment. Let me know. Is it working? Is it working? Oh, see some comments. That's good. I'll be right there. Hello, my friends. Hello. Let me adjust this a little bit. Let's do the adjusting. Got some tea going. I got some tea going right here. It's very nice to see you all. If you know anybody that's also on the Facebook page, guys, if you can let them know that it's only going to be on YouTube live today, that would be really, really great. Just let anybody know who's on Facebook that I guess next time I'll figure out the browser situation, because there's some issues with Safari and trying to get that connected, but we are here on YouTube, and let's see who we have with us. Oh, wow. Tabitha McKenna, hello. Suraj, hello. Sherry Markowitz, good morning to you. Kathy Collins, Omkar Patki, hello. Sasha, Annie Brown, hi to you as well. Dutch Hustler, we will get to a question very, very soon. Hold on to that one. You'll have to say it again in a few minutes, please. How do you get how do I get your hairstyle? It's very easy, right? You just bick it. Just take the thing and off you go once a week. And you look as pretty as this. Hamiora Walters, and we have Elizabeth Blau. Hi, Connecticut. Hello, Patty. How you doing, Patty? Nice to see you. Oh wow, we have a lot of people coming in. Very nice to see. We are gonna have a fantastic live session here, guys. I've got my reishi tea ready to go. Annie Brown, Dennis, you are such a godsend. Well, thank you so very much for that. Appreciate your kind words. Yes, let's see what else we have here, who I have not mentioned. Kathy Collins, I have mentioned you. Let's see, Rob Cotter, good morning, North Carolina. Hello, hi there. Patty's doing well. I like hearing that. And Rebecca Brown, Wisconsin in the house. Yes. Let's see. Jennifer Martinson, hello to you as well. Joanne Sampson. Orlando, bucket list. 100%. One day, hope. Awesome. Good. Okay. YouTube Live. Yoel Palomino from Miami. Miami in the house. Hello. Trish from Utah. Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. Sarah Fox in the UK. All right. Excellent. I shall be there this summer. Scotland. It's been a bucket list for a while. Stephanie, good morning to you as well. Good morning. Nice to have you join us. And David Patterson, hello, vacationing in Spain. Lucky you. From Scotland? Okay, yeah. Excellent. All right, nice to see you all. Very cool. Well, today, when I start chatting on lives and doing group sessions with people, guys, my cat tends to just get really nervous, I think, and starts meowing. So just so you know, if she's meowing, don't worry, right? It's habit. We are working on it. I am trying to love her out of that habit and let her know that I am safe. But she will definitely be making an appearance on this live as well. And I just wanted to catch up in the comments section. Let me know how are you doing lately? How are things unfolding? Is there a video from me that maybe really worked for you? Are the surrender sessions, have you added those to your daily to-dos? If you have, well done. So proud of you for throwing that in there, because those are necessary. But how are you doing, guys? Comment below and let's start there with kind of an update, right? Because yeah. And how do you like the blue light? It's brand new. Yes, yes. No low budget here, right? And yeah, blue light. Comment below if you want blue light to the main videos. You like that, Patty? All right, thank you. Palomino, surrender sessions before bedtime, good for you. Limo, surrender sessions at work, great, and a great way of the day. That's great. I love it, because that really is the attitude and the spine of what we are working on here, so that we can do a number of different things to recover from our current state of anxiousness. So, am I breaking up, Pam? Let me know if anybody else is going through that as well. On my end, so far so good. Let's see. Okay, Yoel Palomino on week 5 of the health anxiety program and is no longer frantic. Well, that is great to hear. If you're going to the programs, guys, please stay committed every single day. Show up, show up. You will heal this. Going through the program, excellent. Okay, so questions. Yeah, let's get into them right away. Nice to hear how everybody's doing. It seems like there's a lot of progress going on. In my world, I'm doing great. I'm really doing great. Can't complain, and that's what emotional mastery, self-mastery lasts. Okay, so Tasha, can you talk about twitching? I'm dealing with this right now. Twitching, comment below if you are also someone who's going through twitching, muscle twitching. The twitching can happen in the eyes, sometimes in the eyes. I've heard and experienced twitching in the arms, especially in the tricep region. Twitching in the calf muscles, that's very, very common. And for me, the twitching was very much connected to hypersensitivity. And sensitivity meant that I really needed to watch my capacity, meaning, was I pushing myself beyond the limits that my nervous system could handle? And if that is the case for you, the twitching, just understand you've gotten things checked out in your doctor and it's all clear. You have to completely focus on the elements of healing, which is what we're going to be discussing today in detail. So, oh, is it breaking up still? I hope not. Maybe for one or two of you, but it'll go and come back hopefully. The twitching for me was a very common one, and it's one that you have to work with. You really have to work with and gauge your capacity, right? Let's see here. Slot Kitty, welcome. You're new here. When do you know if it's time to be medicated? I'm worried about long-term effects versus trying to cope on with the tools you've learned, but maybe it's not enough at the moment. Well, it's a personal decision, it really is, right? And I know a lot of people, when they hit rock bottom and you know, things are just not improving for them, they tend to, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no guilt connected to it. There is time and a place, I believe, for the right kind of medication for a person. I've turned off the Wi-Fi on the computer, so that might help. It says low connection. Okay, 1 second. Let me see. Is that for, okay, a lot of people are saying bad internet. 1 sec, guys. Let me see. Okay, I've switched internet connections. Let's see if this is better. So it's a personal decision with the medication. I just think that based on where you are, based on your experiences recently, that's something that you'll have to make a decision for yourself. But as I mentioned, no guilt. There's a time and place for medication, I believe. And for me, the benzos can actually do a very nice job in small doses for things like insomnia, for you to be able to rest the way that you need to rest, to take care of any chronic fatigue that might be going hand in hand with anxiety. Comment below if the chronic fatigue is going hand in hand with your anxiety. I'd like to know. And I hope the connection got better. I just kind of tweaked it, so I hope it's better. The replay I'll try to cut it from the beginning and start it when I just switched it, so hopefully that's better. But yeah, Dutch Hustler, let's see here. Dennis, your question. Okay, your question is, how do you get rid of the negative inner child, the talk that causes anxiety? You don't. You don't try to get rid of it. What you have to make sure you understand is that from an identity level, at some point in the journey, there has to be a kind of a disconnect between that voice and who you truly believe that you are. Because that voice is coming from whatever you want to call it, your shadow self, your inner child, your lower self. And that is a very frantic voice that likes to magnify things, meaning it likes to make things a lot more dangerous and promote a lot more irritability and anger and sadness. It's the extremes of everything, right? So at some point, there has to be a feeling where you start to feel like you are no longer under the orders of that side of you, but rather you can listen to it, you can feel it, you can experience it, the energy of it. You can do all of those things, but you no longer take orders from that protective lower self of yours, right? And when you start to do this in the beginning, then you start to find that you are no longer under the influence of your anxiety. The anxiety can show up, right? The anxiety is an extreme version or an extreme depiction of what's going on around you right now. So because that's the case, you can experience anxiety, you can experience the thought related to anxiety, you can experience the energy of anxiety, but it's absolutely essential that you start to go, that's anxiety, that's my lower self, and over here is my true side that is actually love, peace, and joy. And those three aspects at some point start to implement into your relationship with anxiety. So experience the anxiety, experience the lower self, the inner child, but understand that you are none of those things that the inner child is trying to project onto you, right? And that kind of disconnect will get stronger as you remind yourself of this consistently, right? Everything starts with an attitude. It starts with the roots, okay? Is the connection getting better, guys? I hope so. So Dutch Hustler, you'll notice that I'm not telling you exactly what to do because it's very important that we nail down the right approach to your healing. So many people are looking for techniques and the quick fixes and this and that, but it's essential that you understand that it's a relationship building process. I've said this before and I want to nail it down, that you are none of those things that are being magnified. You are something else, and you're finding yourself again, right? It's not about building up to something. You are finding yourself again. Kind of like an onion, right? You're peeling the layers of the onion, and at the root, you get, you're chipping away from moment to moment throughout the day. And at the root, you start to go, I can give myself permission to feel good. I can give myself permission to experience peace, because a lot of anxiety sufferers are afraid of getting better. That's weird to say, but a lot of anxiety sufferers are afraid of getting better because the certainty of suffering has been a part of their lives for so many years. And now that certainty, that protection that used to show up in the form of fear is going away. So give yourself permission to feel better, to feel relief when the experience comes up. Okay, I think the connection is slowly getting better from what I can see here. You're very welcome. Yes, very good, very good. Yeah, well, that's. I hope it improves, guys, the connection here. Definitely next time I will be more aware of that, but.
If not, my bro said you can move closer to the railroad.
Yeah, keep me updated on the connection, please. What I can here. Victor Jans, how do I reach a reasonable level of vigilance with respect to actual health issues? So, to reach a reasonable level of vigilance, it's essential that you respect the overvigilance, and you understand why it's there, right? But at the same time, you don't identify yourself with the hypervigilance, right? It's like, if you think about it, if you're going through the day, it's like something comes to your awareness and you initially get this feeling of, oh no, right? That's the vigilance. And with the oh no, it's okay for the oh no or the what if to be there initially. But as long as you don't continue to focus on it, give energy to it, or act in line with it, then the hypervigilance starts to decrease. And as the hypervigilance starts to decrease, you're going to find that you're no longer acting in line with the vigilance, but your behaviors are coming from a different, more reasonable place. Okay, so that's what we want to reach. We want to reach that kind of an inner place. Okay, Magpie can hear me fine. Thank you. Good to hear. You just joined though. Well, let's see if it gets stays this way. Tasha exited and came back, and it's clear connection now. Okay, guys, so that's something. Tasha, thanks for letting us that. So if you exit and come back, it's gonna get better. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. So let's see here. Are these, if the answers are not clear, please ask again or another question. I want to make sure that you get what you need today. So let's see what else here. I'll try to answer these quickly. Sam, does things feel unfamiliar, weird in general? Yes, for someone deeply sensitized. How do I tackle that since it holds me back from focusing, that fuzzy feeling in the head? Yeah, find something that you like about it, Sam. Sounds weird, I know. But when you feel weird, it can also feel like you're floating, for example, right? And you can start to like the floating experience that anxiety or overwhelm tends to do to your body and your mind and all these things. So, oh, there's that floating feeling again. Like Dr. Claire Weeks would say, I'm going to float through this experience. So you can use the symptoms and go, what do I like about that symptom? If I had to like something about it, what would I like about it? And as you start to do that more often, there's no more fear that's rising based around the symptom. And that's a clear message to your subconscious mind that you don't need to experience this right now. What it thinks is a threat in the environment actually isn't. So we can start practicing right away. Cheyenne, nice to see you. Cheyenne Raj. Hi, Dennis. Facing major setbacks this year. Panic attacks and agoraphobia is back. Doing mapping meditation, but not motivated to interact with the world around me. Any guidance? Yeah, visualize yourself interacting with the world the way you want to. When you wake up in the morning, I would like you to visualize, close your eyes, and imagine from morning till night how you would like to be interacting with the world from one moment or one experience to the next. So in your mental imagery, which you're not going to be very good at in the beginning, but it'll get better, you see yourself giving hugs and receiving hugs to people, opening up to other people, you're driving calmly, right? All of these things are taking place in your mental imagery practice. Anxiety may be showing up, but you're not giving it your focus and energy. You're focused on the pleasant things. So Cheyenne, this is a very powerful process or a habit that you want to start. And as you feel like you're giving yourself more permission to interact with the world around you, please do in small doses, right? Start small physically and then build it up. Rob, thank you so much. That is very generous of you. Thank you for the donation. Love the surrender sessions. What is a useful approach for chest sensations like tension or heaviness? Well, when we talk about chest, we're holding a lot of anger or low grade anger in that particular area that I tend to see most often. So when it comes to chest, when it comes to tension and heaviness, it's very important that you release the words that you have been suppressing within yourself that is leading to this sensation. So is there someone in your life that you haven't opened up to? Is there someone from your past that you need to say something to, Rob? Is there some unforgiveness there towards yourself? So I put you that when you start to become more verbal, when you start to become more expressive about what you've been suppressing, then this particular sensation in your chest will go away. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. So find the opportunities to express yourself more often from your heart, right? Magpie, the same. When I was suffering, I had to leave those forums such as Reddit. Yeah, it was not really help for me. Let's see here. Rob, you're very welcome. Does that resonate in some way? Because I could be off, right? Does that resonate in some way? Is there some stuff there? Sovan, Noria, Hang. Hey man, I can never stop overthinking about random stuff. That's because you're not the one overthinking. Got school assignment, I would not do anything even knowing that I could get it done. Fear of people judging you. Okay, so Van, there's a bit of social awkwardness there, right? There's a bit of rumination there about what could go wrong or what I did wrong in the past, right? Am I saying that properly? If that's the case, Sovan, I want you to know that when it comes to your mind, and this is for everyone, right? When it comes to your mind, it's very important that you understand that there are two different areas of the mind that you can give focus to. There's the area of your mind that you can give focus to, the radio. And that radio never stops. It overthinks, it ruminates, it always catastrophizes, and it creates more and more heightened symptoms in your body. So that's the radio, right? That little radio there. But then there's another part of your mind that's absolutely silent. What I want you to do is this is kind of a surrender practice that goes hand in hand with my surrender sessions. I'd like you to take time regularly throughout the day, and before you start, create the intention that I will give focus to the silent part of my mind. And as you close your eyes, what you want to do is, yeah, the radio will want to get your attention, but there's also the silent. I want you to focus on getting better and better at listening to the silence in your mind. It's right there. There it is, right? And from that silent place, there is this overwhelming amount of thoughts and such. Remember, it's all about where your focus is going. If you continue to focus on that loud, non-stop radio, guess what you're going to get more of? But if you focus on the silent part of your mind, you're going to get more silence. And I promise you, silence is a language of that starts to strengthen your intuition. And as your intuition gets strengthened, you're going to find that you're no longer listening to the orders of the radio that's always playing on the other side of your mind, right? So we never realized that. We never realized that there is a silent part to my mind as well. So give less focus to the chair, give more focus to the silence during your surrender sessions. Start right now. Notice that we rarely do this, and it's a very powerful practice. Min, you can ask whatever you want. I'll try to scroll up and get some of these. Stephanie says tapping EFT can be a powerful way to release some of the emotions that come with chest. Absolutely. Thank you, Stephanie. Wonderful. And there's a wonderful practitioner known as Brad Yates. You can find him on YouTube. I absolutely love him for the tapping. I think, Roderick, do you think anxiety is hereditary? I believe there's a component to that, but I also believe that it's just a component. And if we give in to the idea that it is completely hereditary and that we don't have a choice in the matter, then things are going to be just like they were for our parents, right? So we have a lot of control over this. We have a lot of choice when it comes to anxiety. And it's very important to remind people of that, because when you're in the depths of that darkness, it feels like you have no choice. But I promise you, there is always light, even in that complete darkness, at the bottom of the rock where the symptoms are strong, the chatter is nonstop, things are not going right in your life, you're feeling fatigued, all these things. I promise you, things can get better. They will get better for you. Sienna Bumbo. Hi, Dennis. Hello. What to do when you know in order to recover that you don't need to do anything when the symptom arises, but they're still there for a while and they fluctuate and change. And yes. So you have the right approach, which is don't do anything about it, okay? But we need to tweak it a little bit. So with your symptoms, why are they there? Your symptoms are there to be acknowledged. It's kind of like a 2-year-old child that's tugging at your shorts, right? And if that child keeps tugging at your shorts and you don't pay any attention to it, it's gonna keep tugging at your shorts. So there's an acknowledgement. Oh, hi, headache. Oh, hi, chest heaviness. Hi, muscle twitching. Hi, fatigue. In the beginning of that acknowledgement, Sienna, there's a feeling of, hi, stay as long as you want, right? As long as you need. Thank you for the message. Hi, stay as long as you want. Thank you for the message. And the message could be, hey, we're a little bit worried that you're going beyond your capacity in that meetup that you took on later today. So boom, there's some symptoms. Or this environment's too loud. Boom, there's some symptoms. Or anything like that. You wake up in the morning, it's become habitual. Here are the symptoms. So thank you for the message. I really appreciate it. Stay as long as you want. That kind of an acknowledgement is much better in my opinion, okay? Now we're talking about the mental, emotional, these sorts of things, right? And these clearly affect the physical body. So when you make this connection where the mental, emotional does have a deep connection with what goes on in the physical body, now you're far and beyond how other people think about what is going on in the physical body. So I hope you're there. Comment below if you are already making that connection. Mohammed Jichi, please help to what to do after a bad weed experience. Okay. Yep. So what you want to do is you want to go on, well, you're on my YouTube channel. Go on the emotional reframing playlist and find the reframing past event. Reframing past event. Just put that in the keywords. Reframing past event, anxiety guide. And do that particular session to reframe the past experience. Okay, so you have a choice on how you want to perceive the past. And that experience, that session is going to help at a subconscious level to reframe what happened. So when you clean up what happened in the past, what you want to manifest becomes a lot easier in the future. Okay? I love that, John. Thank you. All you need to do is get a little better every day. Sovan, I can never stop overthinking about random stuff. That's the thing, is that you're not overthinking it, right? The radio or your lower self is the one trying to get you. It's like bait. If you go fishing and you've got some bait on the end of your rod to get a fish, right? These thoughts are just like bait. So when you give attention, energy, and behavior to these non-stop thoughts, then what happens is similar thoughts start to arise in the future. So through surrendering, through understanding why they're there, what you're going to find is that you're no longer giving your focus and energy to those things. And what starts to happen is you start opening yourself up to other perceptions, other ideas. Please say my name. Nature lover. I am one also. Cheers. All right, let's take a nice deep breath in and out, guys. Oh. Letting all the tension go in the areas of our body that need to be released. That felt so good. Let's do another one. Deep breath in. And let it out with a sigh. It's like a balloon deflating. Good. Good. Wow. What are these emojis? These are crazy. Okay. Life nuggets. You have my attention. Sometimes the anxiety is so bad with unbearable physical symptoms. Many of us can relate that I can't even ignore the physical. What do I do? Start my surrender sessions on this YouTube channel, and we'll guide you. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is listen and do your best to apply the guidance. That's all you have to do, right? So if anybody here is confused as to where to start, the surrender sessions are, number one, calming your nervous system. So we're here to regulate your nervous system. Number two, make you less suggestible to fear. Number three, to help you disidentify, no longer feel like you are fear or are anxiety. So there's a number of things that these surrender sessions do. They're targeted at doing a number of things for you. And I promise you, if you do surrender sessions every day for, let's say, 30 days, and you commit that long, you're gonna be a different person by the time the 30 days come up. So commit, just do it. Even if you're not very good at it, just keep doing it. Claudia Myers. Let's give Claudia a hand. Rhode Island. Woo! Let's go. Welcome. Yeah. Crystal says, oh, Crystal, hey, what's up? Crystal's here. Crystal's here. Mel, I thought you were doing the surrender sessions already, weren't you? I like seeing familiar faces as I kind of can keep track of the progress too, which is nice. Repeat those 3 things, please. Yeah, sure. And Antoine Snipes. So surrender sessions will help to regulate your nervous system, okay? Because at the moment, it's likely you're stuck in, it's kind of like an on switch for fight or flight. And if your fight or flight is on all the time, it's going to be very difficult to be grateful, to be present, to do things slowly. You'll feel like you're in a rush all the time. Comment below if you're always in a rush, or you feel like you have to be in a rush in order for things not to go wrong. Does that sound like you? So it calms your nervous system. It sends direct signals to your subconscious mind to start letting things go, right? So you don't have to be so overly controlling about every aspect of your life, right? And what it's also gonna do is it's gonna, over time, you're gonna find that it gives you permission, right? It gives you actually permission to start letting the air out of the tire. That tire is the tension, that tire is the anxiety, and with every surrender session, there's a little bit of air being taken out of the tire, and a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and next thing you know, over time, you start to feel, wow, I'm a bit more relaxed now. Wow, I'm not as overthinking. And now you're really making progress. So those are some of the things there. Sasha is new. Let's give it up for Sasha. Mel says, yes, always rushing. Rebecca says, yes, she is rushing as well. Mac Vezina says, surrender sessions have helped me a lot. That's nice. Nice. Like to hear that. Is anyone going through the health anxiety program right now? Just so I know. I like keeping track of your progress. 31 likes, that's nice. Let's get it up, guys. If you want to, I'm actually thinking of doing these lives regularly so I can really start to feel like a community, you know, like setting it up that way. So give it a like, this live a like, if you would like to see these YouTube lives more often on a regular basis. We can do that and work on that. Let's see here. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Ugh. You never know what you're going to get with these lives, too. I remember one time in Vancouver when I was doing the live, there's literally this big spider started walking across, and I jumped, and the phone went over there, and it was just like this craziness. So we also have fun here. Mohammed Patel, let's see. Hello, do you think I should get my gut checked? Because I have a fear something on the left bottom side. Yeah, get it checked. Clear your mind. Clear that mind. Because if always focused on what if this particular thing is a physical structural issue, or what if that, if you're constantly in that space, then there's no energy left for your actual emotional healing. 150% there, Touch. Okay, Steve Chambers. It's going fast here. Let's see. Steve Chambers bought the course in 2020. Nice. Oh, scrolled up. Question. Hyper focused on problems lately, causing anxiety, vision issues. Yeah, common. Mindfulness, meditation help. Well, surrender sessions. Get the surrender sessions under your belt, number one. And clear anything that you feel like you need to clear. So it's important that you do the clearing work. That's what the emotional reframing playlist is for. That's what the courses are for. Because a lot of people, if you're doing the surrender sessions and you're getting a certain degree of change and a certain degree of peace, you tend to plateau. That just means that you need to do some clearing, okay? And that clearing work, in my opinion, is done best when you're in a altered state, very relaxed, right? Subconscious is very suggestible. We're using mental imagery, for example, mental imagery where we close our eyes and we picture that mom or dad is across us and we're telling them exactly how they made us feel, right? And we're letting it out verbally, we're letting the energy out. And we leave with forgiveness. That's a form of reframing. So these are the kinds of processes you need to go through if you're holding on to things for like years, decades. Keep in mind the surrender work and the clearing work. Get those two under your belt consistently. Ethan, Lubell, Dennis, did you have work during your recovery? I did. And what were you doing and how did you manage? Well, the thing is with my anxiety, there was chronic fatigue. With chronic fatigue, a very dysregulated nervous system. So I had to manage the capacity. I had to take a lot of hours off my work. I had to take some weeks off my work, if that's possible for you. So there's the part where there has to be quality rest, right? So quality rest, just laying down all day on your couch and watching TV, that's not rest, okay? That's not even physical rest. Because if you're always engaged in some thing on your phone or TV, you're not really resting. That's only contributing to your dysregulation. So I had to, that I was regulating my system through fold, like blindfold, or what do you call them? Sleep mask. I had to put that on. I put the earbuds on, so I couldn't see, I couldn't hear anything. I had to really make peace with all the things that I was feeling in my body, the feelings, the sensations. I wasn't distracted by noise around me. So that's rest, okay? That's physical, mental, emotional rest. Similar to like a float tank. Comment below if you've ever gone through a float tank. Well, all your senses are kind of lessened. They're not heightened. So I needed to rest. I needed to build a better relationship with my symptoms, and I needed to detach myself from thinking that my automatic thoughts were actually me thinking. Those automatic thoughts are not me thinking. They're not you thinking. They're just trying to get you back into an anxious state. So once you realize that, you're going, I don't believe that. I don't believe that thought anymore. I don't believe that thought anymore, right? Let's see, Sunchild. Hello, welcome to the live. You discovered the channel a few days ago. Mentioned that getting enough sleep is important for recovery. It is. What if sleep is the very thing I am anxious about, suffering from severe insomnia? Well, here's the thing, Sunchild, is that our goal here is to get to a point where we're less mental and we're less trying to control future outcomes. Does that make sense? So with that comes the attitude of, before you sleep, if I sleep 6, 7, 8 hours, great. If I don't, and I'm laying there, I'm still resting to some degree, right? Then it takes the pressure off of I have to sleep, right? So this is a very telltale sign that you are healing, is when you don't care before you sleep whether you get the sleep or whether you don't get the sleep, okay? It's kind of that indifference. So I highly recommend that approach to the sleep, as well as other things that may be popping up in relation to anxiety. Guys, you got to understand that it's the indifference. Indifference is very important, right? Indifference helps us not use a tremendous amount of energy trying to find certainty in things, right? We don't need the amount of certainty that we feel we need. We don't. We don't need the amount of control we think we need. For example, the symptom. You get to a point, I did 14 years ago, and I don't recommend this. If you want to do it, that's fine. But for me personally, I needed to. I said no more doctor visits. No more doctor visits. Number two, if these thoughts are gonna keep going on, let them go on. I'm just not going to. It's not that I'm not going to pay attention to them. It's that I'm going to pay attention to other kinds of thoughts. So stop the doctor visits, focused on different kinds of thoughts. And I did things that promoted uncertainty. I used to, brush my teeth with the opposite hand. In my house, I moved everything. Other place, new painting, all these sorts of things. So I tried to make friends with uncertainty as often as I could. These are things that you may want to consider. All right, let's see here. Hey, Joseph, good to see ya. If you have constant hand sweating and nausea, what does that mean? Nausea is commonly related to an idea that you're too afraid to accept. Play with that one. What sort of idea or what sort of new belief are you timid or hesitant to fully accept? So nausea comes from that. Nausea is also about nervousness around the future. So stepping into unknown ground, unknown territory. So nausea can play a part there from an emotional perspective. So you want to look into those. You're very welcome. Matthew Bennett, why do symptoms always change and what would you do? Well, symptoms change because you're no longer focused on the old symptom. So your system goes, oh, we're not getting their attention around this symptom. Let's give them a different one, right? They're not focused on that symptom. Let's give it a different one. Or, oh, they are focused on that symptom. Let's make that symptom stronger, right? So it's all based around this overprotective mechanism that wants to get your attention and keep you anxious so that you don't make future mistakes. So knowing this, you can go, oh, my symptoms are traveling. That's the end of it. My symptoms are traveling. Oh, there's another symptom. You don't have to find an immediate answer to your symptoms. You don't have to follow catastrophic what-if ways of thinking. You can make friends with both of these aspects of anxiety, and you can let them be. Because the more often you let them be, the more peace you're going to find in moments of anxiousness. Because a lot of healing, the majority of your healing, guys, is dependent on who you are when anxiety arises. When the symptom, when the mental pressure, when the emotion shows up, when the fear of dying shows up, when this, when that, when you hear a story from somebody else, right? And which normally takes you down the path of franticness. It's in those very anxious moments where you have the capability to respond differently and be someone different in that very moment. And that's where true healing arises deeply, right? So don't go about your day hoping anxiety doesn't show up. Go about your day recognizing that anxiousness is an opportunity for a different part of you to show up. Thank you, John. Very wonderful pieces of advice there. Kathy Collins, it's like it is a habit. I use the term the addiction to suffering often on the YouTube channel and podcasts. And we don't realize how addicted we are to suffering. but many of us are, and step one is admitting that you are addicted to some form of suffering, and that could be emotional suffering, mental, physical, spiritual suffering. And we tend to find that particular program running within us in different ways, right? But we are here to resolve those, and we can resolve those. Hamajichi, is it possible to have brain fog and overthinking at the same time? Yes. Oh, thank you for your comments, guys. Yeah, I love how interactive this is. This is great. It's very nice to hear from you. Give this live a like if you want to have ones regularly from now on, because that'd be nice to build. One here, let's see here. What do we got? LNECK is the same reason with stomach pain and GERD. Thank you, Dad. Yep, has a lot to do with the future and difficulty accepting something new or challenges around what may be popping up. A lot of people get a lot of digestive issues, IBS and such, when they're actually in the midst of healing, because they're afraid of taking a deeper step forward towards inner peace. So just consider that. Joseph, please like, subscribe, and share. Absolutely. How do I pin that? There you go, Joseph. You are pinned. And if you want to tell them about your success story and your podcast, Joseph, absolutely. A true inspirational success story. Love it. Let's see here. Do I feel like diet has an impact on anxiety? I believe it can. But when it comes to nervous system dysregulation, when it comes to things like PPPD, where there's a chronic instability or dizziness going on within a person, when it's the brain fog, what we're actually dealing with here is brain interpreting things wrongly, right? And when the brain interprets things wrongly, literally, like you could go to a swimming pool and there's like two kids in the pool and the kids are really loud, right? And consciously you're like, oh, it's fine. But the brain is going, kid, loud, okay, let's check our resources, let's check what happened before. Oh, kids screamed loudly back in high school and had a very challenging experience. Oh, this could be danger, this could be threat. And you start to feel more fatigued in that moment or more anxious, and it starts to become more irritable, right? So, the brain retraining aspect is very important. And I believe in my heart that one of the best ways, if not the best ways of retraining the brain is the energy that comes with anxiety. So when you're in a surrender session and you're feeling the energy of anxiousness running through different parts of your body, and you are one with it, you are allowing it, you are not judging, you are working with it, then you're getting to the root causes of the anxiety and the roots of these brain interpretations. So consider that, my friends. Thank you, Joseph. Trish, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Appreciate all the posts, insightful. Oh, I'm glad it's helpful. That's why we're here. Oh yeah, Madeline, for sure. Let me just re-say this. It's scary doing the surrender sessions when, for example, twitching starts in the middle of everything. Now remember, your symptoms may get stronger when you do the surrender sessions, and that's a good sign. Because during surrender sessions, you have nothing else to focus on but your body and your mind. You don't have your phone or social media or your work or your husband or wife. You don't have those distractions. And those are the exact moments where you have the potential for the deepest amounts of healing. Remember that. Limo, love these lives. Thank you. Give it a like if you want more. Appreciate it. Oh, they're going fast. Let's see. Purple Skies. I recovered from 3 years of panic attacks daily by watching your videos. I feel so grateful and like I have my life back. Thank you. You're very welcome. That is wonderful to hear. Wonderful. Welcome. Tremors and sweating, chills in the middle of the night. Went through a divorce. I need your words bad. When you wake up in the middle of the night with tremors and sweats, give yourself a self-hug. Stay in that very place where you're hugging yourself as long as it takes. That self-hug will do things on a multitude of levels, okay? So it will project safety to the subconscious body and mind. It's going to allow you to recognize what just happened and not make it worse. It's going to calm your nervous system. Self-hug in the middle of the night, Yoakum. Do it every time you experience something like that, and I'm sorry that you went through that. I'm not going to say healing is linear path. It's a path that has a lot of distractions and a lot of defense mechanisms, and it can really weigh on people. So my level of empathy for all of you is endless, and but know that for as many people there that are suffering, there are people that have been able to get through that. And someone mentioned it earlier, where you're just chipping away from one moment to the next to the next. I want to share with you one particular remark or question that you want to have in your back pocket. You can actually write it on a card and take it with you throughout the day. And the question is this: what can I do right now to show safety to my nervous system? What can I do right now to show safety to my nervous system? Take it with you throughout the day. Now, you don't need an answer from me. Sometimes it's going to be slow down. Sometimes it's going to be let my inner child know something, right? Sometimes it's going to be speak up. Sometimes it's going to be lay down, whatever intuitively comes up. But it's essential that you ask yourself that question and intuitive tap into the answer. So much of your healing comes down to raising your level of worth. A lot of people here, whether you know it or not, don't feel worthy of feeling good, even when things don't go right. Right? So we have to get that level of self-worth to a place where we start to feel like I can feel good anytime, all the time. I deserve that. I deserve that. And that comes with a lot of self-love, which is going to take you very far in this journey, I promise you. Okay? So let's raise the level of self-worth right here, right now. Right? It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what you're going through right now. Understand that you are worthy of the very best as you come out of this, right? Slowly, not overnight, but gently, one day at a time. All right, so last question or two here, guys. Your interaction has been absolutely amazing. Adita, starting, I feel floating sensations while sitting and lying on bed, like I will fall and wake walking consciously. Float away, right? I mean, there's nothing you can do about it in the moment. So the best thing you can do is surrender to the sensations of floating, because the more resistance you have to any of these symptoms, the longer it's going to stick around. So when you allow these types of symptoms to be there without your resistance, That's healing. That's recovery. I promise you. AJ Tech Zone. Dennis, how to stop catastrophic thinking when you're about to do a new experience alone? Don't try to stop. Understand that it's only a part of your protective side. It's not actually you thinking. So you can say, oh, there's my protective side spewing all that overthinking again. Oh, yeah, there you are. There you are. The less emotional charge you have around the catastrophic thoughts, the quicker it will be replaced with a new thought. So focus on not giving it a charge. That is a personal question. I like those. They're fun. See? Kathy Collins says, that lemon would knock out my anxiety attack if I bit into it. And there you go. There's the key. What's my favorite movie? I don't know if I have a favorite, absolute favorite movie. Okay. This is one that you would never guess. Actually, okay. I'm going to give you guys, let's see if you can guess likely my favorite movie. Should I give you a hint? I'll give you a hint. Julia Roberts is in. Give you 20 seconds. Julia Roberts is in it. Nope, not Pretty Woman. Nope, not Eat, Pray, Love. Ah. Want me to tell you? Probably watched it dozens of times. Not Aaron Brockovich. Notting Hill. Notting Hill. Yeah, Marie Diaz. You got it. Notting Hill. It is something, such a feel-good movie. It's just a feel-good movie, and I love it. It's one of those movies, like, they don't make them like that anymore, you know, where you're watching the movie and it's just this feel-good movie and you're not dragged over here or something enormous is happening over here or something, you know, is blowing up over there, something dramatic. It's just this nice flow, right? And it's very meditative movie to watch for me. So that's likely my favorite movie. Love you all. Thank you for joining me, and let's do these more often. Let me see if I can put it into my schedule to get here regularly, because I love doing them and I love connecting with you all and answering your questions. If I did a good enough job, please give this a like. And if you want more YouTube lives in the future, and if you, the little blue light that we have set up here, I like it. It's cool. And all of that. So love you all really from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being open and sharing your experience. I promise you, you're on the right path. You will be healed from this. So just trust the process, trust the journey, my friends. Love you all, and I'll see you soon. All right. I'll post this up real soon as well. All right. Bye, guys.